Hello, everyone. Welcome to Hot Flashes and Margaritas, where we sip, laugh, and thrive.
So today we're going to get right into it. We're going to have the hard topic about letting go of what no longer serves us. Letting go. I'm the worst at that. Just cannot. I'm like the death grip queen. I it's like counterintuitive to me.
Well, like, how do you win at something? Because you're a winner, right? People will learn, or if they haven't already learned, that you are an athlete and an amazing
Competitive.
mom and a lot of things. But, like, okay, so the Olympics are on right now, and I'm watching
Yes.
these women's faces in curling.
Oh.
And you
Mhm.
look at their face and the teamwork, and you're like, okay, this looks not very hard to me, or like not something I could ever focus on, but you are really into it. And some of these women are like doctors and nurses and all these, like, they have these like major
Yeah,
jobs,
exactly.
minor jobs, any job. They breathe and they do the Olympics. And you realize, like, how do you take that person who wins, who gets the gold, who never
Mhm.
gives up, who pushes, and then tell them to let go?
Yeah. No,
That's my question.
it's so very hard. I feel like my therapist told me, let's start with that line, okay, from a therapist, was just like, "Lisa, open your hand." And I'm like, "Why would I ever do that?" Like, open your hand. Like, sure, I'll open my hand. Like, I get the concept, but then, like, I'm going to close it again. Like, you I have been taught to, like, squeeze life, like, get it all out, like, get all the juice from the lemon, right? Like,
Cut the toothpaste at the end and then squeeze the rest of the toothpaste and make
yeah,
sure you get your
I mean, this life is not easy, and, like, you have to hang on for your life sometimes, like, look at me. You have to hang on for your life, so the thought of, like, the concept of opening your hands feels vulnerable to me. It feels powerless to me. It feels a lot of things I don't
Does
wanna
it does it feel like your life is at stake? Because I think that sometimes people underestimate that our coping mechanisms are there because we think and feel like our life is at stake, and if we let go or we do that one thing or don't do that one thing, something super bad's gonna happen, and it's like, okay, it doesn't really, like, okay, I know this
well,
sounds ridiculous, but I do birthday parties, I do events, I love parties, but I can never stop. Like, if there's a theme, I'm on it. I am, like, hiring extras, and I want everyone to have the theme, and at some point lately, because they're kids' parties now, and it's weird because they don't want you to try too hard. Kids don't want you to try too hard nowadays, by the way, or look like you're not trying hard. And I'm like, what if I didn't do those 3,000 things I wanted to do to make it be fun? And it's still fun. And I didn't do those 3,000 things. And I'm like, wow, how many areas of my life am I doing too much? And it
mhm.
would have been fine if I just zened out and let it go and let it
Yeah,
be.
I think it's when going back to what you asked, like, I think it's about control. Heaven forbid we let go. What happens? Well, I'll tell you what happens. I saw it happen in my life when I let go. It did
Mhm.
hit the fan. Things did fall apart. So, like, yeah, there's a part of me, little controlling part of me that thinks that I have more control than I do, right? So the concept of letting go what doesn't serve you is you have to tackle the belief that I think it does serve me at some level if I'm going to let go of it.
Well, and I think that's kind of related to sorry guys, my throat's a little kind of related to knowing yourself and
Mhm.
making those adjustments. So, I don't know if I told the story when we did the episode about like me growing up or whatever, but um I my parents had a gnarly divorce, and like, I was in, like, 3 or 4 different schools in the 1st grade or 2nd grade because they would fight and pull me out of a school and put me in a different one and surprise each like,
Gosh.
you couldn't find me. And, so 4th grade, I'm 9 years old, and I'm like, "These people are asleep at the wheel. I need to get things figured out." I ordered my birth certificate from the county registrar's office, got the birth certificate because they would change my name too, to keep it mysterious.
What in the hell?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My dad would give me his name. My mom would give me her name, and then they would spell my first name 3 different ways. Anyway, so so I ordered my birth certificate. I went to my grandma's house. I walked to the closest elementary. I looked at it. I got an application, filled it out, and at the
At
bottom,
9
at
years old.
9, 4th grade, and at the bottom it said in big bold letters, guardian or parent or guardian must sign. And I remember being angry and offended that a parent had to sign there because I knew then that I had to pay attention. So you take that person today who has to like cohabitate with her husband and be like a fun, nice neighbor or working member of society. And you're like, oh my gosh, I need to know that my back pocket is that personality that can take over. But
Mm.
in order to live in society, I have to kind of go, all right, maybe someone else has a good idea. I know they don't, but what if they did?
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, and then you put that up to our faith, right? And the whole concept of like that maybe maybe God would know more than me. I don't know, right? The whole letting go is about trust. It's
Yeah.
about maybe I don't have the best plan and that, I should open my hand and ask for some guidance or some support, and I
But
think
I
that's
but I
all.
remember thinking like God was like, I felt like at that time and for quite some time after that, not even at that time, but like probably my 20s, I felt like God was up there just like literally sitting in this chair, just throwing like just lightning bolts at my life, like right and left. Like he's sitting there just watching it to see like how quickly I could perform. That's how I felt
Yeah.
about God. So I don't
Yeah.
know if there's other people that feel like, okay,
Sure.
it is partially going, okay, what is my relationship with God? How do I sort through that? If there is a higher deity or a Tao or whatever that like is guiding me or guiding the universe, like why do they think so highly of me? How do they think I could get through this? I know you went through a really painful stretch.
And I was like, enough character development, God. Okay. I'm done with the character development. Please. Mercy. Well,
Yeah.
so some of this is a lot of this is a decision. It's a decision, letting go of what doesn't serve us. Like you said, it's knowing who we are and being able to identify that whatever this thing is, whether it's a, a responsibility, a hobby, a person, right? Really asking these questions.
Yeah.
Does this serve me? And do I need to continue to maintain this or do I need to let go? And even what does letting go mean? What does it mean? I mean, I think of the picture of
It's
opening my
hard.
hands, but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean it leaves me because I open my hands, right? Like
Yeah.
I could open my hands, meaning stop trying to cling to it and it still stay in my hand. But maybe how I'm managing it or how I'm doing things is different, but it
Did
still remains.
did you ever see, I don't know if it was like National Geographic or what it was, but it's the story about these really rare or like, okay, it sounds terrible, but these little like I think they're chimpanzees. I don't know what they are. They're like an orangutan or something, not orangutan, monkeys, maybe something. Anyway, they're rare and it's terrible, but like there's some sort of a delicacy. So this is horrible.
Ooh.
But the way that they get them, they're running free, right? The way they get them is they in these hollow trees, they put a hole and they put like this piece of salt in the hollow tree and the monkey reaches in and grabs it. And if the monkey lets go of the salt, they're free. But they want it, so they won't let go. So they get trapped. They get caught because they refuse to let go of that salt. And I always think of that with myself. Like, and
Hmm.
what I'm hanging on to ending up gonna end up being a trap or not imprisonment, but is it something that doesn't serve me? Or do I let go of what I think is really important and just trust and be free?
So how many
Yeah.
times have I been literally hanging by my arm from a tree, dangling to death, and
And
yelling at
letting
God, like, "Why are you helping me? I'm trying. Why you left me?" Yeah, and he's like, "Open your damn hand, Lisa. Let it
right.
go."
And so I saw this story like when I was
Uh,
super young, and my brain doesn't forget like certain stories, and searched it up again and I found it, so everyone can go search it up and find it. But I searched it up and I found it. Oh my gosh, one day we're gonna have like this like producer doing our show, and we'll just be like, insert the video of the monkey in the tree, and they'll
dude,
just put it
have
like
my
in a
face
little,
on it.
yeah.
Bless
But
her.
yeah, but no, seriously, I think that like I really think of that story, and I really let myself let go. But I think two things that come to mind, and I thought this when you were speaking a few moments ago, is like, who am I? But whose am I? Like, whose am I? And like, am I a daughter, a child of God, who cares for me, who's got it figured out, and I need to let go of this old identity or an old um, practice. So I used to do everything for my as an AMFT, as a therapist. I did everything. I did the scheduling, and I, you know, did the forums. And at this new company that I'm at, this new group, we have a team and they do that. And it's been an adjustment to go, okay,
Yeah.
wait. So I just open the calendar. There's people that went on there that I didn't put on there. Or actually, my clinical director is like, no, they let them send the forms because they know what forms are up to date and most current and
Mhm.
needed. And it was an adjustment. So it's like it is letting go of that identity of doing everything and going,
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah, it's a hard one,
silly thing with
but
my kids,
beautiful.
like the trash. My husband's having a challenge because my son's job is to take the trash cans out and bring them in.
Mhm.
Simple, basic.
Good.
But my husband's like wants them taken out at a certain time, brought in, and I can see the challenge where he's not letting him forget the
Mhm.
trash cans and then see the consequences. So it's really like letting go is like our own work. We already know this, but it sounds dumb when I even say it, but you get my point.
Yeah.
It's an
So
inside
so
job.
basically you're telling me it's my responsibility. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I gave some very vulnerable circumstances that I chose to let go, but you didn't share any specifics that have been difficult for you.
Like
What do you mean by that?
what have I
Like
had to give up that does that doesn't
like
serve me?
yeah, I'm curious. Can you think of an example?
Um, I'm thinking about dating.
Let's go there.
Ugh. Um, hmm. I feel like there's been so many things I've had to learn to let go of. Um, even in this podcast, let go of things, right? Like there's just parts of me that like to do things like want things faster than they come, right? And I've had to let go to choose like to not carry that stress when I don't need to. It's okay. Like I have to remind myself, just flow. Like it's fine. And when I think about the dating part, I think about like I'm just noticing the parts of me that no longer want to put like so much effort in. Like I'm just at this place where I've relinquished more that it's like I'm in the process of dating. It's not super fun.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm doing it and I'm just kind of learning. Like, I don't need to do all of this. Like, just be in it, just enjoy the date and let go of trying whatever I do. It's like
I
it's
have to
just
say though,
too
Lisa, and
much.
I know you on a personal level, you have done such a good job of letting a lot of things go. Like even with the podcast, because we started this like in our, mind a while before we even were recording. And I was like thinking, wow, she's like, because it's a commitment and it's like a marriage. Like we're in it together
Mhm.
and we like each other. So it's like we don't want to like hurt each other's feelings, but at the same time, we want it to be amazing. And You've done a great job. Like you know,
Thanks, thanks.
I genuinely am like, I saw you be out of your comfort zone, and hopefully I'm surprising you as well in some ways. But and with the dating too, like over how quickly you shifted from whenever it was that we went to like, when was it? It wasn't Nashville. It was like before Nashville, where I could see some of the things that were some of the ground you were holding, and you
Mm,
shifted, and it was a big shift. I'm not
yeah.
going to talk about your personal life, but I mean, like, it was a big shift, and I feel like you are doing that. You're presenting like you're doing that. I don't know how it feels on the inside.
Yeah. I think it's like a forever work. I think it's a forever work for me because it's a vulnerable work, and I think that I suck at that. And I'm getting better, but I think staying in the vulnerability, like staying in the place where I continue to let go and not feel like I have to control it or push it or be the energy behind things, which I think is again control. Um that like I can just be in something because that doesn't benefit me. That there's just parts of life that it's like that's not helping me in any way. Like why am I holding on to it? Just because I'm used to being a bag lady and holding to a million things because I have the capacity to do it doesn't mean I should. Like all these things I think as women, we are used to wearing so many hats. We take off one hat, we put on another, we go to work, we have that hat, we come home, we're mom, we come home, we're chef, we come home, we're homework tutor, we're all these things all the time, dog owner, party planner. I mean, my goodness, the hats that we put on. And I just think, gosh, it's exhausting. And do we need to do all of those things? We have to be, I think, like you said, in tune with ourselves and asking.
Yeah, and I think I really have been thinking about this in regards to like special needs moms, because I there's been a couple stories in the news lately that have been examples of the devastation that happens when you lose hope with a special needs family. And a lot of talk around like self-care, like, well, you've got to find time to take care of yourself. And it's always someone who isn't a special needs parent
Yeah.
that's telling you to do self-care, and self-care is a privilege. I was talking to a colleague. I said, it's a privilege. That's really nice. I love that for you. I love for you that you're using the word self-care, that you say that to me, and you think that you're doing something by like reminding me that self-care is important. And the truth of the matter is, in regards to certain seasons of life and certain circumstances, there is no self-care during sometimes. Like it's hard, and there's only one way through. I think about
Mm.
when your son was born, and I remember how big he was, and just thinking like, I honestly, I don't know if she can do it. Like, honestly, I don't know if it can be done. And you didn't know if it could be done for a
Mhm.
second. And then all of a sudden there he is after like facing that humongous task. And I think that's how life is sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. A friend of mine's little boy was I was at her house, and before I'd seen him, he was not toddling. He wasn't running. And now he's walking and he's running around the house, and he's not like bumping into things. He can actually run. So he runs down the hall, and I got like scared, like PTSD. Like, what if he runs out the door? What if and I forgot that feeling. But I was feeling
Mhm.
that 24/7 for like a good 6 years, 6, 7 years,
Especially with twins.
especially with twins,
2
especially with
different
special needs.
directions.
Yeah. And so I think that like it almost adds pressure to me when people say like self-care, because I think to myself, like, honestly, during some times of life, it's not possible.
Mm.
You run, like you run as fast as you can. It's like telling Tom Brady or the guy that is the Chiefs quarterback or any quarterback, like, you really need to think about self-care when you're in the Super Bowl. No, you don't. You're in the game, you're running, you're getting the ball across the line, and you're willing to die for it
Mhm.
sometimes. So it's switching back and forth, I think, to like, okay, what you're talking about,
Well, I think it
letting it
changes
letting it go.
drastically. Like in those moments, it changes drastically. Just like my medical students, it drastically changes self-care, what it looks like. It is
Quick.
not going to the gym for an hour and a half, right? It's not that. It's literally like doing jump rope, in between to keep yourself awake as you're studying for 12 hours a day. I mean, it's taking deep breaths. It's like doing a visualization for 5 minutes to like calm your body down. It is different. It is there and it exists, but it is very different than what we think of
Right.
self-care. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned the taking mental breaks. I think about the letting go, and I think about it brings to mind how we have to really train our brain. Our brain is just this like,
Mhm.
missile, and it goes wherever we direct it, right? It could just go to positive, go to negative. And I know for me, because of like what I had gone through as a child, I was not comfortable in my own being with my eyes shut in meditation. So in the beginning, I meditated for like 2 minutes, because the
Yeah.
busyness kept me alive. Um, but it got to the point where I could do like a 30, 45-minute meditation,
Mhm.
right? I mean, this is a practice that started 30 years
You gotta
ago.
build up to it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I was really battling with infertility and conceptualizing like how are my children coming to this world, um, I would do 3 back-to-back 45-minute meditations because I was so distraught, and I had to, like, literally like a horse, like, force my brain to go to the solution or the letting go or the positive, and if I had to do that when I started, I wouldn't have had the ability to do it, but
Yeah.
it started with 2 minutes, 3
Practical.
minutes, jump
Well,
rope.
it starts with just this. Just open your hands. 5 seconds. Just open your hands. What does it feel like to let go? Oh, terrifying. And I think that picture of this, right, is it's kinda like when you pray, you, like, give it to God. But the idea is to leave it with him, not to pick it up and put it back in your bag and leave, which is what I do. So I think that practice of, like you said, building up the resiliency, the ability to be able to open your hands a little longer and try not to pick it up again and remind your and that is mental strategy because it is reminding yourself the truth that this doesn't serve me. This is not helping me. I don't have to do this. I don't have to keep choosing this. I can let go. I can stop controlling, right? Just like that those mental thoughts of shifting. So you behaviorally can do it.
So my brain goes to, how do you decide what you let go of?
Yeah.
How do you decide what's the stuff that I have no control over? Because I've heard that about 3 times
Mhm.
lately where people say like, "Oh, I have no control over that. I can only do what I have control over." But how do you pick? How do you pick
Mhm.
the stuff that you let go of and the stuff that you hang on to for dear life, you know?
Well, and it might be different today than tomorrow too, right? Like, um, I can name 10 things today that I have that I could think about. Oh, is that helping me, you know, ruminating on it? Does it help me to stress about it? You know, what can I do today or not? And having to really open my hand.
And are
But
you able to force yourself to do something? Because I always have to focus on doing something else, like, not like, I can't sit here thinking, "And I'm not gonna eat popcorn, I'm not gonna eat popcorn, I'm not gonna eat popcorn," but I can get up and walk around the block, or I can get up and it's not even that popcorn's a thing, I'm just bringing up an example.
yeah,
I feel like sometimes it's easier to focus on something else,
redirect. Yeah.
redirect.
Yeah. I do that or like thought replacement. Or I tend to like I'm holding this and I try to bring up the opposite so I can balance myself, like reasoning with myself, like reminding myself, remember? It's not like we don't know this as women. We know this, right? It's the doing that's hard. It's really outside of what everybody else thinks. Is this serving me to keep doing this?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you know, there's a pain to holding on to ourselves. We have to let something else go to hold on to ourselves. How many times have I lost myself because I am overgiving, overextending? And there's a price to that, you know? So sometimes it's about, what am I choosing right now? Am I choosing myself or am I choosing this? And maybe that will help you clear it.
Yeah. That is something that's really helped me quite a bit in life is I think of in recovery, and when I say recovery, I mean like Al-Anon, AA, Codependency Anonymous, Coda. They talk about like what has your name on it. And it can get
Mm,
confusing when you come from alcoholism or when you're used to doing for others. It's like, okay, well, my driver's license has my name on it. So that's my responsibility. My car has my name on it. My mortgage has my name on it. My kids have my name on their birth certificate. Like these are the things that I really have to focus on. If it doesn't have my name on it, it's not mine,
mm.
And a funny thing people say is like, not my monkeys, not my circus.
I
And not
love it.
everybody, it's not everybody's monkeys. And you're not in charge of every circus.
And I have some monkeys that I'm very grateful that I have let out of my circus. Okay. Bye, monkeys. Bye.
Why is the monkey theme happening tonight? Oh
I
my
don't know.
God.
I was the monkey earlier in the story. Now I'm getting rid of monkeys. I don't know. Maybe because sometimes others are the problem and sometimes we are the problem.
Oh my gosh, we are right at time. What an amazing episode. Such a great idea.
Keep practicing
Lisa
letting
gets
go.
credit for this topic. I
Keep
love it.
practicing.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, girls. See you later.